When I first started biking, there was a little ride that I used to take of an evening. I used to do this at least once a week, but recently, other than bike nights, recently I haven't really done a great deal of evening ride outs. And I must say, I do love an evening ride out in the summer. Certainly helps when you live in a nice part of the country, as we do. And this particular little ride out, well, first of all, it takes in Torquay seafront, which, what's not to like of a sea view, regardless of where you are. And although you don't get to take in too much of Torquay seafront, it's still nice to be here. What's interesting is, if I take a slightly different route to get here, then you can take in the whole of Torquay seafront from the harbour all the way around to where we are now. And that is particularly nice, especially of an evening, especially of a night time. But there's roadworks down there at the minute, which, although they can cause some traffic, I mean, I'm on a bike, what's traffic to a motorbike? But that's not why I haven't taken that route today. The reason I haven't taken that route today is because part of that road is actually restricted and is now one way. Only I don't know which way, so it would be typical of me to try and use that road and end up getting stuck. So we'll just take in a little bit of Torquay seafront for today. And it's a simple enough ride out, this one is. After Torquay seafront, we get Preston, which is nice. Again, you don't get to see too much of the sea, but it's a simple enough, nice enough road. And of course, this one leads us on to Paignton seafront. And Paignton seafront is always a pleasure. Although it does kind of feel a little bit weird being here and it not being bike night, because normally I'd be heading in here, but it's not Wednesday evening, it's Saturday evening. And then after Paignton we simply carry on, keep going, and we head out towards Brixham. And the evening ride thing for me, to start with, of course, it started out because I'd just bought a bike and I wanted to go for a ride. But the evening ride out became my thing, and in particular going to Brixham most of the time and occasionally going to Teignmouth. But of an evening, I mean, now it's 8:20, it's relatively quiet on the road, still nice and light, relatively warm, you know, we're talking about 14 degrees. Tonight feels even better because I've just watched England win on penalties to get through to the semi-final, if you follow the football. So it's feeling even better than normal, this one is. And anybody who follows the channel will have noticed how often I like to film in Brixham. I think Brixham is just one of those places that I like to go in general, whether it be on a bike or not. But certainly when I'm on a bike, I think it is one of my go-to places when I think about it. But also, of course, I found a couple of nice little spots that I could film in. One of my early practice videos, what I call my lost videos, these are the videos that I was putting together when I was preparing to launch my YouTube channel. One of those lost videos that I've never actually shared with anyone, that was in Brixham. That was quite picturesque because it wasn't just on the bike either, it was me exploring the coast a little as well. We filmed there several times, and of course we filmed here several times. In fact, this particular spot, my second ever video was recorded here. But then when you look at the views that you get here, I mean, what's not to like? But the ride doesn't end here, and although biking is never actually about the destination, with my original ride outs of an evening to Brixham, which is what I'm recreating today, the destination was always the same. And it's amazing how little has actually changed. Here I am recreating an evening ride out that I used to take back in 2018, 2019, and between Torquay and Brixham, very little has actually changed, other than, of course, the bike. And although the bike has changed, it's still nice to be out here having this evening ride out. And a change, Lauren's not really a change, she's more of an addition, because of course I have still got my 125 from 2018. But the only reason why he's not with me is because I've lent him out, and so Lauren gets to do this one. And we've filmed along here a couple of times, and we've also filmed straight ahead there down in Freshwater car park. Filmed in there a couple of times. In fact, it was in Freshwater car park that I first got the idea to start a YouTube channel. Who would have thought 6 years ago, when I first started biking over to Brixham to start getting some experience and start enjoying my little 125, I never would have thought that one day I would have ended up filming these little adventures. You see, back then, bike time was 100% my time. Now, I'm glad to say that I have friends, biker friends, little pillions, people who can join me, but still, I can take some time for bike time for myself. And here, this is Breakwater. This is where we always used to end up. And for a minute then I forgot where I used to park, because this isn't actually a parking space. It used to be, but it isn't anymore. Cars can't really fit in here, but it's perfect for motorbikes. It really has been a few years, and I couldn't believe that I forgot that I used to park here. This was always the best place to park. And in the height of summer, certainly on the hottest days, if you're lucky and you hit it right, that little place up there has music playing. The beach will be rammed with people, the tide will be in, and it's, yeah, you get an amazing atmosphere. I've probably got a video of it somewhere, but if I play it, I'll be hit with a copyright strike for music that I shouldn't be using. But it was it was back then, and probably still is, if you hit it right, a really good place for a nice atmosphere. You can pretty much ride your bike right up to the sea, and then you can sit here, sit over there, chill somewhere. Your bike's still in view, so you haven't got to worry about it. Sometimes there's music and a lovely atmosphere, other times it's peaceful like it is now. My biker viewers will know exactly why we ride. The positive impact that riding has on mental health is something that only a biker knows, and it's incredibly difficult to explain it or describe it to someone who doesn't ride. But for me, when you couple that with places like this, it's phenomenal. But perhaps next time, as much as I love my big bike, maybe next time I will recreate this with Rafiki.